traders all around the world. This is FXPassion broadcasting you live on YouTube, and this is Forex Trading Course 101. And remember the three pillars. We are trying to build a strategy and or a system. We are trying to learn and understand how risk management is going to help us with our strategy and or system. And finally we came to the big one, which is the psychology part. Hello Hello Miguel, how are you? Everybody, if this is your first time, we are over with the basic module, beginner module, intermediate module, advanced module. Okay, and today we are going to start with trader psychology series. Everybody, hello, time to shine. Remember, the strategy and or the system, the risk management rules are not going to help you if you don't have your mind and your heart in the right place. Okay, hello MHB. So you can know everything and anything about market structure, highs and lows, trends, trend lines, support, resistance, pivot points, candlestick formations, multiple time frames, Fibonacci, crowns, news trading, and the indicators. You can know everything and anything about this stuff at the point that you can give classes to other people, everybody, but you aren't making any money from the market. Why is that? Because you don't have your mind and your heart in the right place. Ciao Giuseppe, come stai? Hello Stoyan, hello Akos. And remember, 90% of traders lose money in the Forex market worldwide. Why is that? Because of the psychology part, your mind and your heart. Okay, and remember, I have a 20 seconds delay on the chat. Before we start, everybody, someone asked that we should have more webinars on indicators, and I said, well, talk to Stoyan. You know, I'm not an expert on indicators, everybody. I joined Time to Shine request. We will have trading days about crowns. Yes, we're going to have, but I'm following the titles of Duca's copy, okay? We are going to have, yes. Okay. Now, if somebody wants to talk about more, if somebody wants to learn more about indicators, Stoyan would be so kind and put your Skype in the chat. And talking about psychology, MHB, were you that I gave 20 books about psychology in PDF? Or was, I don't remember, I gave 20 books on psychology, everybody. Bene, grazie. Ok, tutto bene. And I don't remember, or if it was MHB or Stoyan or Victor maybe. I don't know. Okay, so we are going to start right now. Talk to Stoyan about the indicators, everybody, and I need to find out to whom I send the 20 books about psychology if you want to read. Okay, so let's start the lesson of today. Okay, this is Trader Psychology Series Part 1. Please ask questions. Okay, now rule number 1, take a pen and a paper if you want. I'm not an expert also, I just know the mechanics behind the popular indicators, but have not studied them all the markets. Okay, but I believe you have more knowledge than me, Stoyan. I sent one book. Okay, MHB, it was not you. Everybody, let's start. It's not about the chart, it's about you. Okay, so we're going to extend this title. It's not about the chart or the news. Okay, take a pen and a paper and write down the information that you think are going to be helpful. Okay, so it's not about the chart and it's not about the news, talking about fundamentals. It's about you and how you interpret the chart or the news, and we're talking about psychology and beliefs. And number 2, it's about what action you take upon your interpretation of the chart or on the news. Okay, now for the traders who are with us for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years and more, you know, we all know, everybody, what we must do in order to be successful, right? We all know what we should do in order to be successful, but for some strange reason we are not doing it, right? Who in here is with me? You know, I know what I should do, I know what I must do, but for some strange reason I'm not doing it. For some strange reason I'm not doing this. If this is you, everybody, please type in the chat, yes, it's me. Okay, now reason, don't be shy. You cannot, everybody, you cannot change or improve something that you don't accept. Okay, 90% of traders all over the world fail. Why is that? They don't accept and they don't admit that they have a psychology problem. And we are talking about trading. We are not talking about, oh, you know, I'm stupid or I'm crazy, you know. We are talking about trading, you know. All of us, we have some kind of psychology. Maybe problem is not the right word, but maybe some psychological challenge, you know. And emotional challenge. We all have emotional challenges. We need to manage our fear. We need to manage our greed. We need to manage our comfort zone. You know, Giuseppe said it's me. Congratulations, Giuseppe. It's me also, don't worry, you know. Time to shine, I still don't know what to do, still need to learn more. Everybody, it's not about the chart. Some of you want more trading information, more strategies, more indicators. It's not about the chart, everybody. MHB, I am the number one who knows many things but unable to apply and make hit me psychologically. Well, we are going to learn about psychology. Stoyan says, me also, I have gotten much better and it, but still not where I want to be. Everybody, when you know enough about indicator strategies at the point that you can give classes to other people, then there is only one area left for you to work, and it's the psychology, right? Write this down, everybody, write this down. Professional traders, better say profitable professional traders, work on themselves. Professional profitable traders work on themselves. They work on themselves physically, they are fit, and they work on themselves psychologically. Professional profitable traders educate and they read self-help books. Okay, now one reason why many people are not successful is the ego, you know. I have a lot of students after 40 who says, oh, but I'm not going to read a self-help book, I'm not crazy. It's not about being crazy. You know, that they are too proud, you know, or they are too stubborn, you know. I said, okay, you don't need to work on yourself, you know. If you don't want, you don't need to read self-help books, you know. This is the big one, yes sir. If you are a trader, everybody, who is trying to trade without success for 5, 6, 7 years, believe me, you need to work on yourself. Have you ever heard about Bob Proctor, Jim Rohn, you know, Anthony Robbins, Brian Tracy? You know, those are the kind of authors and self-help books that professional, I don't have a list, you know, but those kind of books, those kind of speakers, authors, they have books on that they can help us, right? And for questions, everybody, or homeworks, you have my Gmail contact, my Skype contact, and my LinkedIn in contact. Okay, so we don't have any book, so we're just going to start with number one. I have copied some from some books. You know, Stoyan says, I have a 20-hour audio book of Jerome. It's great. Yes, sir. And how, everybody, it's always the same. How are we going to improve? It's with repetition, 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 repetition. You know, it's not enough if you read one book one time. You need to read the same book 2, 3, 4 times. You know, I am reading some books for 6, 7 times, the same book. You know. So let's start, everybody. Mental states. The second aspect of duplicating top success is mental state duplication. This is what most of you call discipline or emotional control. If you ask people to list their trading or investment problems, they are of two types: problems they don't own and mental state control problems. Problems that traders don't own consist of, everybody, blaming the markets, blaming traders or locals, blaming insider trading, blaming brokers, blaming the central banks, blaming the systems or strategy, blaming the teachers or mentors, or blaming the cats and the dogs for what goes wrong. Right? So let's start with this. And Father FXPassion is here, so let's confess, everybody. Father FXPassion is here. You know, if your trade goes wrong, or for the past 5, 6, 7 years, when your trade went wrong, did you blame anybody? Did you blame your spouse because she was interrupting you? Did you blame the government or did you blame the electricity company, you know, because the electricity went off just at the news time, you know? So the question is, are you blaming others? It doesn't matter who or what. The question is, are you blaming others for your success? And this is from this text is from the Super Trader book. The author is Dr. Van Tarp, and he continues, we have a natural tendency, everybody, so this is normal. We have a natural tendency to blame, right? We have a natural tendency to blame something something other than ourselves for what happens. Society promotes it. When you blame something other than yourself, you can continue to repeat the mistake because it was the result of something beyond your control. So, the lesson for today, this is step number 1, Trader Psychology series. Take full responsibility for your trading. Okay? Stop saying, oh, it's the broker, you know, the commission is too high, the swap is too big, you know, FXPassion doesn't explain enough, you know. Stop blaming others, everybody, and write this down. You have a pen and paper, right? Write this down. Number 1, I must take full responsibility for my trading. No excuses. Right? It's me. It's not the weather, it's not the laptop, it's not the software, it's not how much money I have, it's not my age, it's not my gender, right? It's not my spouse, it's not my education, it's not the government, it's me. Everybody, I am responsible and nobody else. Time to shine. Ultimately, I blame myself. Yes, you know, everybody, until you accept that success is depending 100% on you, you are not going anywhere. You know, why is that? As Van Tarp is explaining here in this book, Super Trader, you know, is how can you improve something that is beyond your control? You know, if you blame the weather, how can you control weather? If you blame your spouse or your husband, how can you control your spouse or your husband? You know, if you blame the broker, how can you control the broker? You can't. But when you say it's me, I am 100% responsible, then you can change and you can improve. Right? Stoyan says, this one I got in place. I have never blamed anyone or anything about the trades but me. Congratulations, Stoyan. So let's move on. The best thing an investor can do when things go wrong is to determine how he or she produced those results. So we need to look at ourselves, everybody. Now I don't mean blame yourself for your mistakes either. At some point in time, for any situation, you made a choice that produced those results. Determine what that choice point was and give yourself other options to take when you encounter a similar choice point in the future. So when you analyze, everybody, your trades and you see that you entered prematurely, you know, you didn't manage the trade, you didn't follow your rules, you exit, you close the trade too soon, you messed with the trade, you changed the strategy for the 100th time, you know, you need to determine what you are going to work upon, right? And when people own their problems, they discover that their results usually stem from some sort of mental state. And he says, no, I think it's my own problem. My problem is more that I have not enough confidence in my system. If it goes wrong, I try to training that. Great. Great. Everybody, remember, before you can change or before you can improve your trading, you need to accept. Okay? It's like an alcoholic. It's say, oh, no, I'm not an alcoholic, you know. I don't drink alcohol. I just drink, what? 20 beers and 5 schnapps, how you say in German, you know. But I'm not an alcoholic. You cannot improve. You need to stare in the mirror, everybody, right? You need to stay in the mirror and say to yourself, well, I cannot trade like this anymore. You know, I cannot trade this like anymore. I'm not going anywhere. I'm trying to trade for 5 years, 6 years, 3 years. You know, we need to accept that we are not perfect, everybody. Now, what is the good news? Trading is a skill, right? Nobody is born as a trader. Trading is a skill. You can learn to be a profitable trader. This is a good news. So what are the sort of mental states, right? I'm too impatient with the markets. Everybody, who in here is too impatient with the markets? Who is going to say me? Who in here is too impatient with the markets? When the markets go sideways and you are not having a profit or a loss for 2 weeks, right? Who in here is too impatient with the markets? I am, everybody. I am, time to time, me, FXPassion, time to time, I am impatient with the markets and I do mistakes. Okay? Number 2, I get angry at the markets. Who in here is angry? You know, You enter into a trade and the trade goes against you. Who gets angry? You know, you think, oh my God, again, you know, I'm not able to enter in a profitable trade, you know, again the market is going against me, you know, and again I'm going to lose. Who thinks like this? MHB says, me, I'm impatient. Time to Shine says, me, I'm impatient. Annie says, me, I'm impatient. Annie says, no, I'm not angry. Congratulations, Annie. Victor, are you in the webinar? This webinar is for you, Victor, and everybody else, you know. Everybody, if you're a beginner, you are angry. Don't tell me no. I've been there, remember. You know, and when the trade goes against you, everybody, you need to, let's write this down, everybody. You have a paper and a pencil, right? Let's write this down. I must monitor, it's a must, I must monitor my thoughts during the trade. Number 2, I must monitor my thoughts during the trade. Why is that? Because thoughts produce feelings and feelings produce actions. So if you enter a trade, everybody, yes, number 1 is take full responsibility. Number 2, monitor your thoughts during the trade. Because thoughts produces feelings and feelings produce actions. So when you enter into a trade and the market goes against you and you start thinking, oh, again, you know, I'm such a loser, the market is against me, or the broker is against me, you know, this is not the truth, everybody. Those are thoughts. Remember, it's not about the chart. It's how we interpret the chart or price movement, right? It's not about the chart. When the trade goes against us and we start to think negatively, oh, I'm a loser, oh, one more time, you know, I'm not able to make a good trade, I'm going to lose again, you know, and you get emotional. Okay, so number 2, we need to monitor our thoughts and emotions during the trade. So we start to think negatively, and those negative thoughts that we are a loser, that the market is going against us, that we are going to lose one more time, you know, oh, this Forex market, it's too complex, you know, oh, it's too difficult, I'm never going to make it. Those thoughts are going to produce negative feelings. And this is where we exit the trade too soon, or we mess with the strategy, you know, or we don't obey our rules. What is the rule? Rule is that if we analyze the market in the correct form, when we enter a trade, we should wait or for the market to hit our stop loss or for the market to hit our take profit. And we must not mess with the trade. But when we are emotional, everybody, guess what we do? Oh, I can, okay. Now again, good point, bad point. Good point. Trading is a skill. Number 2, being emotional, it's normal as a beginner trader. Okay? Profitable professional traders struggle with emotions also. This is an ongoing game, ongoing battle. You know, we need to manage our emotions. Nobody likes to lose, right? So when the market goes against us, even though we feel pain and we feel let's say we are afraid, right, or we feel sadness or whatever, you know, we should stay strong. Okay, so number 2, monitor your thoughts, everybody, during the trade. Number 3, journal. Journal, everybody. You can journal after the trade is over, but you must journal at the end of your trading day. It doesn't matter if you close the trade, or it doesn't matter if your trade is still open. You must journal. What you should journal? What you thought and what you felt. You know? And this is a must, everybody. I talk to some traders, you know, oh, Passion, what's my problem? I said, it's always the same. One of the big reasons why 90% of traders never make it is because they are not doing, or they are not prepared to do what successful traders do. And journaling your thoughts at the beginner stage and journaling your emotions, it's a must. You know, because if you are not aware what you are thinking, that you are unaware consciously about your trading. And trading is 90% psychological, everybody. It's not technical. It's not the chart and the news. You know, I am a doctor of economy and I read the news and I trade. Trading is 90% psychological. It's not about the chart or the news. It's what you do with the information that you are seeing and what you are hearing. MHB, I'm angry on the broker. No problem, totally normal. You need to grow up. Time to Shine says me, I'm angry, you know. No problem, you need to grow up. It's your own problem. Stoyan said, I do not get angry, but I get disappointed sometimes. Everybody, I was impatient and I was angry. Because I didn't get it, and the years passed. And I was thinking, oh, what's wrong with me, you know. I was angry and I was impatient. It's normal. Now the good news is, trading is a skill. You can learn patience, everybody. And that's why we started this lesson with just saying to you that profitable professional traders, they are working on themselves. They read self-help books, all of them. All of them. Okay? Now, okay, it's reading once a day or once a year, I don't know, but all of the professional, nobody is born a profitable professional trader. You know, you grew into one. Miguel says, this is me. Giuseppe said, I'm too optimistic. Great. Great, everybody. So let's move on. Right? I'm afraid at the wrong time. Everybody, are you afraid when you enter into a trade? Are you afraid before you enter into a trade? Are you afraid during the trade? Are you afraid, everybody? And some of you are thinking, well, I don't know. Okay, write this down, everybody. It's not a number, what we should do, but it's a concept. Write this down. Until I am conscious about emotions, until I am conscious about my emotions, I am going to trade subconsciously. This is so important. You know, I can ask you, oh, are you impatient? And you said, well, I don't know. Are you angry? I don't know. Are you maybe afraid? And you said, or you think, I don't know. So let's write this down about trader psychology. Until I am conscious about my emotions, I am going to trade subconsciously. This is where you are going to win or lose, and you won't know why. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. Yesterday I had a trader, he's trying for 3 years already. And he went everything wrong. Remember, he has 3 years of experience, everybody. His name is Marcus, lives in Brazil. It's a good guy, intelligent guy, economist. He's trying for 3 years. And I sat with him and I asked him, why did you enter here? And he said, I don't know. And I asked, why do you mean you don't know? He said, I don't know. And I said, well, show me your journal. And guess what he said? He said, Passion, I don't have a journal. And I said to him, man, you know, right? After 3 years, you cannot improve your trading without the journal. Right? Life is too complex, everybody. You have a job and you have a family and you have your friends, you know, and you have the trading. And you enter 1, 2, 3 trades during the week or maybe during the day. And our brain cannot take and remember that much information. You know? So let's write this down. Until I am conscious about my emotions, I will trade subconsciously. This is critical information, everybody. Don't be don't be a trader trying for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 12 years, you know. I mean, if you are trading for fun or you just want to learn, you know, something, it's okay. But if you want to be a professional trader, make a living from the market, you need to have your mind and your heart in the right place. Victor says yes, and he says, during a trade I become uncertain when, for example, the trade is going well and the zone of support resistance is reached following the Fibo many more pips long trade, I lift my stop loss to close. And it's not about the chart, Annie. It's not about the chart. It's about perception. It's about how you feel. It's about what you think. And when the candles are moving up and down, everybody, we are subconscious. Maybe we think, oh, I'm going to enter consciously, but we are not. Because when you drive a car, everybody, true or true, when we drive a car, we think that we are driving consciously, right? But we are not. We have repeated driving so many times that the driving becomes subconscious. This is why so many times we drive a car and we think other stuff. We shouldn't do, but some of us are on cell phones during the drive. You know? Or maybe we are driving and we are unaware where we are passing, what street was. Why is that? Because we drove the car subconsciously. True or true, everybody? Okay, Annie, it's not about the chart. Time to shine, not afraid entering, maybe during. You need to be conscious about your feelings, everybody, and about your thoughts during the trade. And also after the trade. And these trader psychology series are not going to help you if you are not going to do this. So we will meet again, you know. We will meet again in January 2020, you know. Oh, Passion, 1 more year, congratulations. You know, well, how is your trading doing? Not so good, I'm still not profitable. Well, are you journaling? No, I'm not, see? We all know what we must do, but for some strange reason we are not doing it. And lastly, for Giuseppe, I'm too optimistic about what will happen. Everybody, Being angry or being afraid or being negative is not good. But on the other side of the coin, also being too optimistic is not good. And Miguel is saying, I'm afraid, worried when the market goes against me. You need to grow up, everybody. Okay? It's a training. You need to train your emotions. You need to train your mind. And one tool that we have as retail traders is journaling. And I'm not talking about the journal entry exit. I'm talking about the emotional journal. Tomorrow I'm going to give you some papers from my book. Okay? You are going to see the journal that I was using, that I still use. You know? So what's the problem? Who in here is too optimistic? Open trader. Why traders are impatient? What do you think, open trader? Good question. Everybody, what do you think? Why are we impatient? And the even better question is, if we are too impatient, what can we do to be patient? Great question, open trader. What do you think? And also everybody, what can we do to stay patient? Of course, one of the common sense is practice, 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 right? But what else can we do to be patient? You know? Open trader, one statistic says that we are impatient. Open trader, how old are you? How old are you, open trader? How old are you? Are you more than 30 or are you less than 30? And remember, everybody, I have a 20 seconds delay on the chat. Trader don't have money or time. No, this is not the reason. Great answer, open trader, but it's not the money nor the time. When you say great, excellent. So let's go step by step with open trader, okay? Now, number one, when you say that your problem is because you don't have money, or when you say that your problem is that you don't have time, who are you blaming? You know, oh, I'm not profitable because I don't have enough money. And there are traders, they have a lot of money and say, oh, I'm not profitable because I don't have enough time. You know, and you have traders who have money and time and said, well, I'm not profitable because the broker is against me. You know, open trader and everybody else, take full responsibility for your trading. It's not the money, okay, and it's not the time, okay, it's us. Why is that? Because we control time and we control money, and we can improve and find solutions about time, and we can improve and find solutions for money. So it's not the time and it's not the money. It's us. Now, why are we impatient? There is a statistic out there, everybody, and for us who are over 40, you know, the reason that explain why are traders impatient, especially the new traders who are 20, 25, 30, is because we live in an instant world. We have instant messages, instant Facebook, instant Instagram, instant McDonald's, instant microwave. You know, everything is instantaneous. We have instant video games. You know, everything is instant. Everything is so fast. And when as kids, and open trader, you are 40 as me, you know, when we were young, it was a different world. So for us it's a little, not much, but it's a little bit easier, you know, because we didn't have, at the beginning, we didn't have instant WhatsApp, instant Telegram, instant Facebook, instant Twitter, you know. But the new generations, you know, this is one of the reasons why traders are impatient. Time to Shine says, take your mind off trading, trust your judgment. Yes. Stoyan says, the problem of impatience comes to a very big extent that we live in society that we get almost everything on the moment, and it's not like this in the market. We need to wait for the market. Yes, sir. You know, everybody who knows, or anybody who knows somebody that is successful, it will tell you it takes time. Everybody, it takes time to build a good relationship. It takes time to be a profitable trader. It takes time to build friendship. Everybody, it takes time. You cannot have an instant friend, you know. You cannot have instant success. It takes time. Time to shine, correct. People want success right away, but the world doesn't work. You know, life, not the world. Life doesn't work this way. You know. Now, talking about too optimistic, everybody, if you are too optimistic, you are going to enter into a trade prematurely. You know, this is the danger of being too optimistic. So, if you journal your trades and you see that 7 times out of 10 you entered prematurely, you are not impatient. Maybe you are impatient, of course, but you are not angry, you are not afraid, but you are maybe too optimistic. Another critical point of being too optimistic, everybody, is losing a trade and going against the trend. You know, it happens all the time. This is a beginner mistake, everybody. USD CHF is down or up, it doesn't matter, but let's say that it's down and you are long and you are going to lose on the trade, and you say, well, it's going to reverse, you know, and you enter against the trend and you are going to lose for the second time, and you say, well, no problem, it's going to reverse, you know. Countless traders, everybody, burn their accounts because they are too optimistic. You know, they are right about the direction, but they are too optimistic about their timing. So they are going to enter against the trend, against the trend, against the trend, and they are going to burn the account. So if you are too negative, everybody, it's not okay. But if you are too optimistic, it's not okay. So number one is take full responsibility for your trading career. No excuses. Don't blame anybody or anything. Don't blame person. Don't blame people, and don't blame things. The broker, the money, the time, you know, the knowledge. I'm too young, I'm too small, I'm too tall, I'm too old, you know. I'm a woman, I'm a man, you know. Stop blaming. Number 2, monitor your thoughts, monitor your emotions during the trade. And even better would be monitor your emotions and your thoughts before the trade, during the trade, and at the end of the trade. Because until we are conscious about our trading, we are going to trade subconsciously, and we cannot improve subconsciously. Right? So let's move on to next. What is next? Controlling your mental state is not necessarily the magic solution to trading success. It's just part of the answer. But when you admit that the answer is within yourself, you've come a long way, says Dr. Van Tarp. So number 1, if you are starting from today, if you are going to admit that all the solutions are within you, everybody, half of the challenge is over, but you need to admit and you need to believe, you know. So it's not the chart, it's not the broker, it's us. Giuseppe says, yes, I do that. Okay. So number 3 would be journal. Number 1, take full responsibility for your trading. Number 2, monitor your thoughts and emotions before the trade, during the trade, and after the trade. And number 3, journal. Journal your emotions, journal your thoughts. And then compare the thoughts and the emotions to your trading success. This is a must, everybody, especially for the traders who are trying for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Why is that? Because when you have enough entries on your journal, believe me, everybody, when you have 50, 60, 70 journals, I mean days of journaling, then what you are going to see is a pattern. You are going to discover things about yourself, and you are going to discover patterns, and you are going to see what did you think and how did you feel when you lost on the trade, and how did you feel and what did you think when you won on a trade. And you can start improving from that, you know. So you can start to be conscious about your good emotions and good mental states, and don't trade with your negative emotions or when you are thinking negative thoughts, you know. Okay, Father FXPassion here. Father FXPassion here. Let's confess, everybody. Many times what happens with the retail traders, sometimes also institutional traders, you know, many times during the day, during the trading day, we fight, right? We argue or we fight with our spouse for different things, and we fight, right? And we argue with our husbands, you know, for different things. And we argue or we fight with our mother, father, you know, whatever, maybe our boss. And if you are an institutional trader, sometimes we argue and we fight with our colleagues. And after the fight is over, could be 2 words, you know. No, you are wrong, I'm right. No, it's not like this, it's like that. And we go back to the trading table. How do you feel, everybody? Father FXPassion here, you know, let's confess. Who in here fights, or who in here had fought with somebody and then traded in the same day? And guess how did you manage your trade, everybody? So one critical thing would be during the trading hours. Don't fight, don't argue. Oh, but she did this, it doesn't matter. Oh, but he did that, it doesn't matter. You know, oh, but he is wrong or she is wrong. You know, if you are accepting the fights during the trading days, everybody, you are responsible. You know, you are doing this, everybody, and let's say we, because I am in the group. Time to time I fight, you know. I know I should not fight, but time to time I fight with people. I argue, you know, and I shouldn't, right? You know, and then I come to the trading table and I feel bad and I feel negative and I feel stressed and I do mistakes. But who is responsible? You know, I'm doing this to myself. So It goes together with the concept until we are conscious about our feelings, we are going to trade subconsciously. So when I fight with a colleague or with somebody else, doesn't matter, or just I argue, or when I listen to a conversation that makes me sick, you know, this is my challenge, everybody. Nobody is perfect. True or true, everybody? Then at least I'm not trading for this hour. Time to shine. Argue but don't trade. Yes, sir. So how can I improve? Well, then I can go for a walk, you know. I can meditate. I can listen to some relaxing music. I can watch a comedy, you know, until I am back in shape mentally, and most important, I'm back in shape emotionally. Open trader, we have to master time management. Yes, sir. But you already know how to do this, open trader. You know? You know how to do this. It's true, but it's about us, right? Next. Most successful investor achieves success by controlling risk. Controlling risk goes against our natural tendencies, everybody. Risk control requires tremendous internal control. Okay, this is still from the book of One Tarp. You know, most successful, let's change investors for traders. Most successful traders achieve success by controlling risk. But controlling risk goes against our natural tendencies. This is also critical information. Risk control requires tremendous emotional control. You know? And you don't control risk only when you enter into a trade. You are controlling risk also during the trade. And it's difficult in the beginning. It's challenging. You know, you enter into a trade, the trade goes against you, and you are controlling, you are managing your emotions. You know, and it's difficult, right? And we have natural tendencies to go out. It's natural, you know. Something is bad, something is hurting. It hurts when market goes against us. So it's natural that we mess with the trade, we exit too soon, everybody, and as soon as we exit too soon, the market reverses and goes our way. So we need to grow in this aspect. And then continues, most successful traders have success rate of 35 to 50%. They are not successful because they predict prices well, everybody, but because the size of the profitable trades far exceeds the size of their losses. This requires internal control. So it's not about the chart again, everybody. It's not about the chart. It's about our emotions and what we are going to do. You know, well, I don't agree with the book where it says most successful conservative investors are contrarians. I don't agree with this. Okay, they do what everything else is afraid to do, and they have the patience to wait. Well, this is okay, I agree, and this also requires internal control. So as Dr. Van Tarp is saying, you know, it's all about internal control. It's all about how we manage our emotions. And again, until we are aware of our thoughts and our emotions before we enter into a trade, during the trade, and after the trade, we are going to trade subconsciously. Okay, everybody, so starting from today, if being a trader, if being a professional trader, being a professional money manager, having asset management firms, prop trading firms, or simply stated investors that are going to give you capital to manage, we need to grow emotionally. So we need to journal, and we need to be aware, and we need to find patterns when the trades go well, and we need to find patterns when trades go bad. And when we find patterns, we can improve. Thank you, time to shine. Okay, everybody, our time is up. We are going to be back tomorrow with another lesson of Trader Psychology series. Please do what we have said today. Okay? Until you do this, everybody, we cannot help you. It's not about the chart. It's not about the strategy. It's not about the news. It's not about the system, everybody. Okay? It's about us. And trading is a learnable skill. You can learn. Nobody is born as a trader. You can learn emotional intelligence, and you can learn patience and everything else. Okay, everybody, see you back tomorrow. Until tomorrow, stay strong and trade with passion. This is FXPassion signing off.